To both sides. I'm not allowed to go on both sides?
And photograph people?
You're in a public place.
Yeah.
You're protesting
And
in public.
I'm in a public place doing exactly what I'm doing.
Why aren't you proud to be representing your cause?
Sir, can you not take pictures of people's faces? It's just rude.
Well, I can't even see your face.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hey, don't touch me.
People are asking you not to take pictures of them.
Yeah.
That's really
Then they
rude.
should be out somewhere other than a public place, I suppose.
Alrighty, everybody. Anybody
This
who
is
is
weird,
leaving
dude.
early,
This is
please
good shit.
come this way. We are now leaving with escorted peacekeepers.
So is this
You
your
need
idea
to
for
go
now?
back
You
on
need
that
to go
side.
back, buddy. Nobody wants you here.
This is perfect. This is so good.
Back on that side, please.
So good.
Back on that side, please.
This is so good. Hey, get your hands off of me. Get your hands off of me.
Yeah.
Go away. You're gonna push me into the road?
Well, you're on the road, so you can
I'm
just
not
walk
doing
off.
anything here.
You're the one touching me, dude.
Can you?
Hello, Edmonton Police.
Thank
Get you over here.
you.
We're gonna come chat with you, okay?
Me?
Yeah, we're gonna chat with you over here.
Okay. I'm gonna keep recording if you don't mind.
More than fine. I don't know if you talked to Bonita. She's the organizer and stuff for this side.
No.
But the plan was, she said, for her group and stuff, was to stay on your guys' side. They're gonna stay on their
Well,
side.
I'm not on his side. I'm just taking pictures.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you clearly are on the side because you're trying to interject yourself in there. They don't want you there.
How do you mean interject? I'm not doing anything. I wasn't even speaking to him.
Of the group.
They were pushing me onto the road.
Yeah, they don't want you.
But they don't even know what I represent or what I think.
Which is fine and stuff. The reality is and stuff. You've been seen from coming from over there.
Yeah, I started there and I'm ending here.
Okay, so the whole point is whether if you're not on anybody's side, we've asked those people and stuff. Because there is a bunch of them and stuff that were putting up signs for love and saying it doesn't matter, just love everybody. Cool, go to that side and stuff so that because we don't want you guys to get if you're not for anybody, you're just for that type of stuff. We don't want you to get confused with that side or this side, and then there could be an altercation. The whole point.
Well,
is
there's
we're
no
trying to keep the
altercations
peace.
on that side.
So far, yeah. That's what we're trying to avoid.
I was here for like 5 minutes taking pictures of people,
Yeah.
and they just made an assumption that I was against them and pushed me onto the road.
Okay. And again, you're saying.
Like, do you
you're
think
not
that
on
that's
either
acceptable
side.
behavior, though?
Both
I was
sides
not
are
pushed
supposed
onto the road when I was taking pictures of people over there,
Okay.
and they said that I can't be taking pictures of them, even though they're in a public space. Like,
The picture part isn't what we're debating. No, you
That
can
was
take
the-
pictures and you can take videos.
well, I know that, but I mean that was the reason why they were pushing me off the road, because they were saying that I'm not allowed to take pictures of
And
them.
that's why we interjected and stuff, because clearly they think that you're part of the other group, and we don't want to see an altercation.
Yeah,
So
I don't
that-
want to either. But
I don't want them.
I just think
I
it's
don't wanna
incredible
see-
that they can make an assumption like that as if they knew anything about me from just taking pictures.
Yeah. And again, we don't have an issue with the pictures, but once they've identified you as somebody that they don't want within their group, I don't want that agitation, because I don't want all of a sudden you to be getting sucked into a crowd or anything to happen.
Yeah, I
So
understand
want
that.
everybody to be safe at the end of the day. So again, if you are, like you say, just the neutral party, we have neutral parties over there and stuff. That group's over there, this group is over here. That way, all the groups kind of stay away from each other. We're not running into interactions that are going to end up with any type of police needing to try to interject.
Yeah,
right?
that's fine.
'Cause that-
I
when
just
it gets to that point, chaos ensues and whatnot. People get hurt.
I understand that. I just don't know that it's acceptable for them to cordon off a piece of public property and say that some people can't be there. And actually, you're enforcing that too. So I don't like. Is there a legal precedence for that?
No, so the whole point, like if you want to go surfing into the crowd, you're welcome to. But our job,
Well, apparently not,
Our
though.
job
You're-
and our role and that is to try to maintain the peace as much as possible. Right?
So would you
So
be
that's
willing to
why I'm-
escort me then into taking pictures and video of this side?
Not whatsoever. They've obviously clearly made it said that this is their group. They're supporting their cause. Same with the other side. Both leaders and stuff are trying to manage their people as much as possible to keep it as peaceful as possible.
But
At the end of the day,
you agree though that this is like, regardless of what's happening right now, this is still public property, no?
it's still public property and stuff. But what you choose to do may have consequences, right? right? If you go into a crowd,
If I choose to take pictures or video of people in public, that can have consequences?
if somebody decides to make a poor choice and do something and whatnot, then yes.
Well, then you're here to protect me, I suppose.
I'm not going to be going with you into the crowd.
That's fine. So I'm going to go back there then.
If you go back there, that's your choice. If something happens and whatnot, you're part of the problem. You would be instigating that problem.
What would I be instigating by taking pictures and videos of people protesting in public?
You're well aware of the fact that they don't want you there, and you're continuing to instigate. It would be no different if you're shouting at them.
But I'm not shouting. I'm not saying anything to them.
I'm not saying that you are. I'm saying it would be no different, right? If you're shouting at them, if you're instigating anything.
But it would be different because they would be the
holding up a
instigators,
phone-
though.
If you're holding up the phone in somebody's face or whatever, it instigates people, right? People don't like it generally.
Well, then they can go.
But that doesn't mean that it's not okay for you to videotape. Or
So
anything like that.
I'm just trying to get it straight. I'm sorry, I'm not understanding. You're saying that me taking pictures and videos of people protesting in public, obviously with a message to spread, then that would be instigating them, and you can't be responsible for anything that happens to me in that case.
No. So, if they make a poor choice and they were to harm you, that is criminal. Period. That being said, I would prefer not to see that happen. Right?
I
So
likewise.
There's a difference between tripping into a criminal act and then just sitting there and instigating. The instigating isn't criminal. I'm not going to stop you if you want to go into that crowd. It's not criminal. You are allowed to go and do that. But if something happens, you can't look at me and tell me, why didn't you stop this from happening in the first place? I'm telling you, if you go into that crowd and you instigate, something could happen.
Oh yeah, I'm not
And
going to be
try-
instigating anything.
And I'm trying to tell you, in order to prevent that from happening, this is what you should probably do. Should you choose to not follow that, that's your choice at the end of the day. And if you go and do that and something happens, that was your choice. Right? If the criminal act happens, yeah, we'll have to deal with it, but we'll have to deal with it depending on how the crowd is in a different manner. I'm not going to be able to wade into the middle of the crowd all of a sudden, or maybe even be able to see you if something happens and be able to safely get you out of there. It's going to take some time, right? So,
Do you think it's a little weird that we're having this conversation?
the whole point of us being here and stuff is to keep the peace. So that's why we're here, is to have these conversations.
But do you think it's a little bit interesting that there's about maybe a third of the people that are on that side, and I was there for about 15 minutes and not a mean word was said, and I come over here and I'm being pushed into the road?
I'm not here for either side.
But don't you think that's an interesting thing to note, that there's about 3 times the amount of people over there, and I haven't had to talk to a police officer once?
If that's something that's that's wonderful. At the end of the day, our purpose here is to make sure people stay safe.
I hope so, yeah, that's good. That's good. I hope they do.
So, again, if you so choose to go back to the crowd, I wanted to have a quick chat with you. That's your choice, and let you know what the kind of plan was for both sides. Again, if you are that neutral party and stuff, we've talked to a bunch of neutral parties that are here today protesting both protests. And if that's the case, then cool. Like, again, you're allowed to do so. But if you go from one side to the other, they may identify you as somebody that supports the other side. Vice versa, and stuff may happen and stuff too. Just be aware. If you're here to do the neutral thing or whatever, maybe it's a better idea to be over there. And again, should you choose to go in there, just be aware of what could happen whatever at the end of it. And that, again, we're not going to, if you wade into the crowd, you may not be able to get to you for a while. Right?
I just have a hard time believing that if somebody from this side who is maybe just taking pictures, didn't have a sign or a flag or anything, walked over to that side, I have a hard time believing that that crowd would push them into the road and tell them they can't be there.
And my point here today or whatever is this spot. I haven't been on that side, so I can't speak
You should give it a shot. It's a little bit different. But anyway, thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
No problem.